Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Baba Yooba, and we are resuming today on this special series regarding what spirituality really means. Today, we will talk about understanding spirituality, the second part of it. If you have been an ardent follower of this particular platform, you realize that yesterday we did the first one, and extensively we spoke about how spirituality has nothing to do with your outward in, but from your inward out. It starts all within you, such that you become responsible for both your happiness, your joy, your sadness, your sorrow, your very many possibilities, and everything you can ever imagine. You are the doer of them, you are the creator of your reality. And the moment you choose to take on this responsibility, then you will fully grasp the concept of being God over your own life. And we mentioned that those who embrace true spirituality do not live their life in the hand of chances. They don't like accident to happen to them. So they take charge, they take control, perfect control of everything around them from within them. And we were able to realize or establish that the reason why most people would rather opt for religion instead of spirituality is because of the responsibility that it is calling you to. And we said one of the best way to approach spirituality, knowing yourself, is through divination. When you make divination, either through the help of those who know more than you or through your own knowledge, you realize that you are not only gender specific, but you are also geographical location specific. You are also professional specific. You are financially specific. You are unique in your own way. And you realize that no matter how much we are in the universe, we have different thumbprints. That is how unique you are. So if your thumbprint is different from my thumbprint, then we should know that your life, your script should be different from mine. How do I know how to live my script? It is by determining first who am I within me. This has nothing to do with going into a scripture, which your slave masters or the gatekeepers of them, the invaders, have called or has termed to be your manual for living. It does not do with being canonized. A Bible that is canonized, a Quran that is canonized, or living your life according to the standard of those who have died a long time ago, those who are not even related to you, people who are not even thinking about you. It's not living your life according to the book of Corinthians because you are not from Corinth. Not living your life according to the book of Romans because you are not a Roman person. You are not from Ephesians, Ephes. You are not from Colossus. You are not from all of these things. And the greatest form of revelation that a man can ever have is the revelation of who he is, his divine being, his Ori, which most of us run away from. It is lazy to practice religion, really lazy to practice it. Only people who are determined, people who want to put in the right work, people who are willing to embrace the totalitarian concept of the knowledge of the word, who have determined to live a life of seeking permanently, embraces spirituality. We spoke about that the last time. And today we're going to understand the spirituality, the second part. The series will go on for so many weeks, so many weeks, let me say. So we take it one step at a time, during which we also be going back into the narratives of the ancestors and several other things that has to do with African people. I'd like to reiterate that I'm a teacher by duty to you, and I'm also a consultant. And what I teach is to teach you who you are so that you can become the best of it. Now let's exchange pleasantry about your body share fún gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń kí wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you a lot for joining us. If you have not watched the last one we did yesterday, you can go back on our YouTube channel and several of our platforms that you are watching us from Facebook or you are watching us from YouTube. We have two YouTube places where we watch things from. We have the Ancient Path on YouTube and Baba Yoba on YouTube. Then we have Baba Yoba on Facebook also. You can go right there and begin to stream. Um, thank you for joining us. So, ìbálára ìbájírò bàrọ̀gùn lè là bàwọn tí wọ́n jáwé ká tó jáwé bàwọn tí wọ́n wẹ̀bù ká tó wẹ̀bù kí bá tiwa ó ṣẹ lónìí o káwọn má sọ̀rọ̀ sọ bótó ìbá wọn ìyá ọ̀pá kí àlàkí arógbá aṣọ má balẹ̀ àtòrí japa àti fún jẹ̀dọ̀ àtẹ̀dọ̀júrò no ancestors we pour veneration to you and we ask that your energy especially the ones that is of productivity wisdom knowledge understanding maximizing our potential reside with us today and for always. For those who are watching us from home, we greet you and we also pour veneration to your Ori. We ask that may the energy that you beam in positive aspects meet with our energy and may there be a conference of the Orisha today. You pour your veneration with your water down like this and you can drink part of it. I rather pour veneration with water. And this is not a joke and it's not just a random advice. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. It's going to help you a lot. Don't drink water intermittently. Let's say we're talking now and you take little water. We talk later, you take little water. It's going to affect your brain. Drink enough water at a go and then you move on to another thing. Thank you very much. All right. Now, we have spoken last time about the need why you need to exhibit yourself or manifest yourself from inside out. And most times people do not know themselves. That's the reason why they are easily manipulated. The purpose of religion is to imbibe or to install in you the perspective of microscopic few people for the purpose of mind control to take over your life. Religion exists as an instrument of slavery and its continuity. Either you are a Christian, now we are not against you. Either you are a Muslim, we are not against you. Either you go to the Church of Mormon, you are Pentecostal, you are Orthodox, you are fanatic Muslim, you are Ahmadiyya, you are this and all that, and blah, blah, like that. Or either you also make religion out of African spirituality. There is a bad news in town. There is no better way to tell you that you are a slave. It's offensive, right? Hold on, don't get angry yet. You are a slave because it's there, written in your Bible that you are a slave. In your Bible, you were called a bond servant. A bond servant. You know what it means to be a bond servant? You know what a bond means? You know what a servant means? I think you are better than that. If you don't see your life better than that of Jesus, then you are a useless life in existence already. Can I say it again? If you have believed that you cannot do beyond what Jesus, that fictional character, if you believe that you cannot do beyond Jesus, you are not fit to be alive at all, because the universe upgrades itself. The universe does not release the inferior component of itself. It releases the superior component of itself, and the universe is not even starting yet with the process of upgrading. We have not seen the best version of the universe yet. It's yet to be here. Now, when you now put yourself under the shadow of another person, you cannot do greater than that person. You are a waste product. You are living a short-changed life, a subletted life, an inferior life. You are denying the universe of what you can do. Now you have put a roof over your head, which you cannot move beyond or go beyond or grow out of. What if you are meant to influence 5 million people and you are putting yourself under the shadow of a person who can only influence 2,000 humans, all in the name of having a teachable spirit? You see, these things make you cry on your deathbed. And those who really practice spirituality while they are alive, when they are about to die, mind you, the universe tells you before you die. The universe is not rude. The universe is not the governor or government of your nation. It is not rude. The universe seek your consent before anything happens. The truth of the matter is we all know when we are going to die, but we all, most of the time, ignore the signal of death. Sometimes we wish death away. No. When your time is up, you practice real spirituality. Ara almost sort of more. You will be sensitive. You will know that your time is up. You may not come into agreement with it, but you will see exactly that your episode in this life is about to come to the universe. It is going to go against the principle that governs the universe for you not to be aware that you are going to die. So spirituality is what avail you the access into the greatest database in the universe. From the database you got life. From that database you will see death. So if life is in your awareness, death is also in your awareness. Don't be scared. I'm not wishing you to die. But I'm saying if you are in tune with nature and universe, possibility there is. You will know, not possibility. You shall surely be given notification that death is at hand. It doesn't matter if you are in sick bed or not. You could be ill and hearty, you could be fine and perfect in the morning, and you begin to see a beaming that you're about to die. Now, this particular bird called eagle, when eagle is about to die, it will fly to the topmost mountain around its vicinity, the highest of them. And the eagle will situate itself on the edge or at the peak of the mountain. The eagle will set its eyes on the sun. It will set its eyes on the sun without blinking, without shaking. And then it will give up the energy in it. If an eagle will be aware of their death and have the opportunity to choose where to die, how much more you? Not because you are better, but I'm saying everything in awareness of nature, everything in the scheme of the universe is not kept out of the light of what event will happen. So, in this universe, when you understand true spirituality, things don't happen to you, things happen for you. You can choose to wish it away, but you should know when your time is over. Just like you know that a relationship is not going anywhere, then you should know that your episode in this life is over. But that's a detour that I'm bringing into your understanding. So when you live in that consciousness, it is said of the old ancient people that when their time is over, they tell you to lock them up in a room from outside. And when you check the room in the next 1 week or two, you won't see them there. They have decimated. And most of the ancestors in Africa, they understood this. So most of them could just walk into the forest, not looking back. For lack of explanation of what happened to them, somebody could say they enter into the ground, they turn into this, they turn into that. Of all of them, the only one I'm very sure of is Orumila Baba Agbonerekun. When his episode in this life was over, he walked right straight into the sea He walked right straight into the sea. And when they asked, so who is going to put us through now that you are going? Great teacher. He said, I will send you the custodians of the sacred secret of the universe. So they call those ones Babalawo. So being aware of yourself is not limited to being aware of the life you live. You must also be aware of the death you will die. Don't be scared. It is better for you to be in the known of what will kill you and how you die than for you to be caught by surprise. Spirituality not only teach you how to work or how to live, but also how to die. Somebody is saying walking into the sea, was it a suicide? Yeah, you will call it suicide today. But he voluntarily, his time was over. His time was over. Knowing his time was over, and he did not want to create a religion around himself. Knowing that it is gone in this episode, I do not want to create a religion around myself. I do not want to be a person that they will come and be worshiping his burial site. Look at all the ancestors you know their burial site. What do you do to them today? You go to worship them. Very wrong. So he walked right. He walked right straight into the sea. Apologies. The phone was doing overheating, so I needed to bring it close to the. Just stay with me, please. If you can hear me, please let me know. Can everybody hear me? All right. So people can hear me. You walked right straight into the sea, and then hold on, everybody. Let me figure again. Apologies for the people of the future generation. Stay with me, please. so as not to entertain any form of religion around himself. So when you see the body or where it is buried, it is very possible for you to start saying you want to go and worship. And if you are very keen and you take a look at life, you realize that for every of the ancestors who did spectacular thing, and you know their Ojuorori, their burial site, you eventually still go back there to go and worship. It forbid religion to be created around them, spirituality. So if you call it suicide, I may not call it that way. Remember also how Songo Olukoso died. So spirituality does not only teach you how to live life, it will also teach you how to die well, which a lot of us are avoiding today. We do not want to comprehend, conceive this concept of death. Understanding spirituality now bring you to the spot where no one, no one, no matter how influential they may be, no one determines how happy you are or how sad you get. Nobody. It does not matter. True spirituality put you in charge of your own emotion. True spirituality put you in charge of your own mood in life. True spirituality is what helps you to detect your own limitation. And then if we go by yesterday's teaching, you realize that spirituality is not from outward in, it is from inward out. So the moment you allow what comes from outside affect what is in your inside, that is no more spirituality. You are not practicing spirituality. Now, I speak spirituality in terms of African spirituality. I don't know about other kind of spirituality. So they may tell you that if you move your head like this, then you will attain happiness. When you sleep like this, then you will attain level of enlightenment and awakeness. If you move around the Himalayas mountain for sometimes you achieve this. That is when what is outside determines what happens inside. African spirituality, or let me say true spirituality, is using your inside to control the outside. So when someone is influential enough over you to manipulate your sadness, sorrow, happiness, joy, limit, extent, then that is not living a spiritual life. Religion thrives on emotionalism. Let us be in the mood of prayer. So everybody just keep quiet. Let us be speaking in tongue. Everybody begin to say what they do understand. Oh, let us do good. Everybody begin to pretend as if they are good people. Religion waits on the dictate of another before he or she knows what to do or what is right to do. So it's like a zombie. Religion is a militarized lifestyle, where you receive command and order from above. Someone is always at the top dictating the tune of your life to you. And the day you try to think otherwise or think outside the box, this someone will come at you with all the full force. Spirituality put your common sense in activation. Spirituality deploy your common sense, knowing what to do part time as it applies to you. Knowing what you ought to do when you ought to do them as it applies to you and how you should do them. Because now the extent of the consequences of irresponsibility is shown you. A certain man said he wants to be the disciple of Oromila one time. Listen to this story, it will help you. But he is given to drinking too much of alcohol. Let's name the name of this man. It was Obatala, Obatasa, Obatakuntakun Odi Iranje, Omomoti Morieda. Okay, I know my duty. It is to rewrite people's story. But Oromila, I would like to also be your student. No man is an island of knowledge. Oromila said, this is your drinking habit. You mess a lot of things up. A babalawo or someone who wants to serve others should have control over their head all the time. Or you drink too much. So Obatala said, don't worry, I will not drink again. And Oromila said, no problem, try your best. So one day he went to get plants for Oromila. And while he was coming, he passed by a place where they always sell palm wine. So as he was going, they taunted him. Oh, you this common servant of Oromila, cannot even enjoy your life anymore. So we are enjoying life. This is real life. All this isolation you are going to get, this is real life. And the man wanted to prove a point. Don't prove a point to anybody. Spirituality does not put you in a position where you have to explain yourself to people. Whatever they hear about you, they should go and fix it with whoever told them. Don't explain yourself to nobody. The moment you begin to explain yourself to people, then you are looking for acceptance. Spirituality is you accepting yourself and leaving others to either reject you or accept you. But I'm telling you, every version of yourself is acceptable by others. Only you need to stick long enough to your conviction. Can I say it again? Every single version of yourself is acceptable by others. Only you need to stick so long to your conviction. Bó bá pò fẹ́ ya wèrè lónìí, wọ́n kàn máa pé ṣé wèrè yọ. Ngbò bá yá, kódà wọ́n lè padà bá ọ ya wèrè ọ̀hún pé wèrè dẹ̀ dùn wò ràn ó tún ṣe bí lọ́mọ. Every version of yourself. So do not put yourself in a spot where you have to explain yourself to people. You see, people who try to ask you for, that's where they brought the concept of judgment day. They say all of you will now line up, you will now be explaining yourself to one sky god. No, what will beat you is in your body. It is the consequences of your action. So you must put yourself in a position whereby you know that if I do this, the only one page you should explain yourself to is yourself. Have you convinced yourself, is it the right way to go? Then you go ahead. So while he was trying to convince them, no, I can do without him. I can. Okay, prove it you can do it without him. So he took one bottle of wine, another bottle of wine. Before you know, he was drunk. So you have always heard that if you can't beat them, you should join them. Please, the moment you join them, they will beat you. The best way you can be the lead of your own lane is to stick to that trail they are blazing. The moment you try to join them in the purpose, in thinking that you will beat them, see, majority will carry the way, they will beat you. You want to beat fish in swimming and you went to, you dive into the water, they will beat you. So he was drunk. And in his way home, trying to get his senses back. And when he got home, Orunmila was asleep already. And the man went into the washroom. He saw that his face was damaged. He fell into gutter and all. And he tried to compose himself. He had a bandage. He applied it. So he went to bed. In the morning, Orunmila asked him, Obatala, what happened to your face? He's just asking for asking. What happened to your face? You look so awful. And he said, so sorry. Yesterday, I was attacked by armed robbers. A good Samaritan saw me and even put bandage on my head, on my face. And the Orunmila said, bandage on your face? On your face or on the face of the mirror? And he tried to rush, in a rush, touch his face. He realized that while he was trying to fix himself, in a state of drunkenness, instead of putting a bandage on his face, he actually wrapped the bandage around the mirror. And Orunmila said, for everyone who have chosen to live a religious life, they will keep putting bandages on the mirror, hoping that they will get healed. So you put bandage on the mirror, hoping that your face will be healed. You put focus on the outward, hoping that your inside will be at peace. You will care so much about what people say, hoping that you will find peace and decorum in your inside. You will put yourself under the pressure and the gauge of others, hoping that you will be a standard to yourself. It doesn't work that way. So you put the bandage on the mirror, hoping that your face will get healed. And Orunmila said, the moment you begin to smell what you don't want to eat, the moment you begin to smell what you don't want to eat, you will not be able to resist the urge to explain yourself out to people. You have already created confusion for yourself. And people are not interested in your explanation. They are only interested in making you put the bandage on the mirror while you think your face will be healed. You know what they're interested in? People are only interested in you living your life according to their standard, according to what they say. While you think that you are something spectacular, because the one who played the pipe dictate the tune. So have you been putting bandages on the mirror, hoping that your face will be healed? Have you been listening to the experiences of others, hoping that you will be happy in your journey in life? Have you been measuring yourself according to what people say, hoping that you'll find true happiness? Spirituality starts when nobody is giving that control button over your emotion and what you feel within. When your life and your death is solely between you and where you got them from. When your beginning and your ending is solely between you and where some of you are still in Christianity, Islam, and all those because of what people will say, but you know you don't belong there. You know, but who you play with? Who will you transact business with? Who will play music for you to dance? Who will you be saying it is well? Who will you be competing with? Who will you be oppressing? Who will you be lying to? Who will you be having free sex with? Who will you be stealing from? That's what makes you stay in religion. Now you take a look at religion itself and you realize that it was developed to destroy you. So religion will tell you to be yourself and also to tell you to look unto one person, author and finisher of your faith. How do I keep looking forward? How do I keep looking backward and I'm facing forward? It's like driving this car and I'm looking backward, but I'm facing forward. Spirituality is progressive. Spirituality is progressive, looking into your future as your future should be, mirroring yourself to know what you are, then focusing enough to become it. Wọ́n fi sí wọ́n yọ kúrò nígbò bá ti dọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn. But how would you even take total control of your own life when you don't know who you are? So you see, a lot of people have been manipulated. Many people got married to the one they shouldn't today just because they have used another person's relationship to start up their own. Now it's not working well. But because of what will people say, you have chosen to deprive yourself of the true happiness that relationship or companionship could bring just because of what people will say. Oh, oh, you did not die, you are not living. My other sister got married, divorced. The other one got married, divorced. This one got married, divorced. I'm the fifth in our home. We are all women. I'm also divorced. What is happening? Would that make you run back to the arms of the person who never appreciate your value? Because what if you are not meant to marry? Why are you putting bandage on their mirror, hoping that you will get the happiness you are looking for? How hard is it for you to understand that everyone will run their own race? So you subject yourself to systematic blackmail and manipulation, allowing the emotion of another person to control your own extent of being happy. If anybody ever told you that I can't live without you, then you have ascertained the greatest liar that you have ever been, you have come across in your life. Whoever told you I can't do it, that I would die because of you, tell them to try it. If anybody say, I'm going to kill myself if you don't stay in my life, please be the one to offer them poison. Let's see if they will drink it. They are lying. See, when you allow this emotional blackmail, that is called the system of feedback from the people and society, take control of how your mental disposition will attract energy of peace, energy of freedom, energy of happiness, energy of joy. You have lost it in life. You are not fit to live. So, like religion will tell you, let us stand up for prayer. You stand up, lift up your hands, you lift it up. Sit down, you'll sit down. Say this word many times, you'll say it. Jump up, you'll jump up. Bring this, you'll bring it. That's the same way they want to have it. See, what is the difference between you and a domestic animal that has been tamed only to think and do things as dictated by its owner? So one will call you a sheep, the other will call you a servant. Either you are here or there. None of them, none of them wish for you good. Say, looking up to Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. Did he even author his own faith? For a moment, imagine that this Jesus existed. I don't believe. The proof of a man's existence lies in what the people who encountered him can do. The proof of the existence of Jesus should lie in what the people that serve Jesus can do. They can't walk on water, can they? They can't turn water to wine, can they? They can't heal, they can't raise the real dead body, can they? All those small miracles that can be achieved by lifestyle changes and diet supplementation is what they are saying. I think we are even in Easter. Few months ago, they were happy that they gave birth to this Jesus. Today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, they will kill the same Jesus and still cry. What is shake with me? So you live your life the way your parent lived it. Your parent lived it the way their parent lived it. Their parent lived it the way they were told to live it, not the way they deem it fit to be lived. For example, use your common sense once in a while. You go into a place, they call it a place of worship. You go into a place. When you get to that place, well knowledgeable human being, PhD holder, British or Queen's English speaking human being, somebody will now tell you, sit down, you sit down. Stand up, you stand up. Jump up, you jump up. Say this, you say it. Go here, you go here. Come and drop your money, you drop it. Sure, you go. If you look at it critically, can't you see that something is wrong somewhere? Normally, would you do that? Would you do that without somebody putting gunpoint at you? Some of you women who are tiger at home, your husband will talk one thing, you talk A to Z. The moment you enter that place of worship, they will just remove the fuse in your body. Everything, oh, my Jesus. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. You don't want to do on the internet. How you want to provoke the boys? With your body, your nipples, and all. But when you now go to church, you know that you can cover body. I want to kapa on you. So how you dress, they tell you. What you eat. When not, they even tell you sometimes not to eat. There's a certain denomination I know. The leader of a place can tell people not to eat for 100 years. They will not eat. That's how Jim Jones started. Want to take them to the new kingdom. Killed all of them, massacred them. Religion will also tell your women that for you to overcome all your spiritual husband, he need to sleep with you. So his sperm will now transfer deliverance into your gene. Religion will tell you that you should have a spiritual father, you should have a spiritual mother, that you are their spiritual children. But the moment they say you are spiritual husband or spiritual wife, they will start rebuking you. Have they not run you mad? Religion will even tell you who to marry. Religion will now tell you how to spend your money again. A God that needs 10% of your money is a broke ass God. He does not have the ability to bless because he's broke. An homeless God that requires you to build a house for him to stay cannot in any way provide you a real estate kind of blessing. It is all a lie. Bá a bá fẹ́ dáṣọ fún ni tọrùn ẹni láwò. It is possible that if I want to give you anything like clothing now, the first thing that'll come to my mind is a black clothing. Because that's what I like. But if I don't even, if I'm walking around naked and you want me to provide you a house, are you not a fool? Are you not? So if this God is the owner of heaven and earth, why is he begging you for your 10%? You should go and work, man. A God that get so paranoid, so emotional when you want to call it, and you use small letter G instead of capital letter G, is a God that is suffering from complexity. You should go and work on his self-esteem. See, we will know one day when you begin to use your sense that you are even better than the sky God, that your brain is better than the sky God. So a God that said he can kill and make alive, want you to carry gun and kill your brothers just to accept him. You Muslim be listening to me, all you terrorists be listening to me. A God that said is the creator of mankind, wash you koro, put you in Islam, put that one in a Christian home, put that one in a traditionalist home, and now told the Christian to kill the traditionalist and Islam, told the Islam to kill the traditionalist and the Christian, told the other ones to be divide and conquer. What kind of a God is this? What kind of a God are you people serving? That's why I said, I don't believe in God. I am my own God. Olodumare. It's not the same thing as the sky God. Are you getting angry now? Am I offending you? So I'm saying, if you can only open your mind, spirituality is the simplest thing you can practice. So nobody will call black white for you or white black for you. No. And this girl don't care much about your emotion. Drop the money and get the hell out. So at the point they needed something from this God, he said, don't test me. At the point the God want money from you, he said, test me therefore. What's the matter with him? Can you realize that the God you are serving is your pastor, your imam? The microscopic few people. Imagine that you have 50 million members. Only you one control the mindset of 50 million human beings. So they bring all their money to you. They have allowed what is outside to tamper with their inside. They have put bandage on the mirror, expecting their face to be healed. Understanding spirituality. The moment you understand the true spirituality, nobody will dupe you anymore. Nobody. I was talking to somebody earlier, and when I met this person, everything was messy. So I told the person, I will only use my knowledge for you, but you'll pay me. Oh, so no problem. Pay divination token. So I did. I say from the omens, I'm interpreting from the universe. These are the, do this, do that, do that. Okay, how do I do it? These are the things you have to do. Okay, we've known each other for like a year now. So, and that's all in terms of money that's ever transpired between us. And we're talking today, and the person was saying, I can't imagine I met you once. We did all that, and I'm yet to recover From all the restoration I'm getting so far, I said, if I've been going to church, I would not pay tire. I said, do you know the reason why you have to give me money in African spirituality? I said, I don't do other things aside my farming, but to attend to human beings. I said, I just felt like if I'm working in the USA or America or UK, I will be getting my money per hour. So I avail you my knowledge in exchange for money. I said, do you know the other money that you pay? I said, because the universe want to test your obedience. So if you buy this, buy that, buy that. As a matter of fact, when we buy all those things, if it is animal, you don't need to kill them. And if you have to kill them, you go and give it to people who are hungry. You are still doing good. I said, that's all. The moment the universe can test your obedience, then the rest you begin to pour into it, which is unlike religion. Spirituality starts with obeying your source, which is the universe. Having known yourself through divination, what are the things you have to do? Refrain from, not do, what to eat, what not to eat, and all that. Now, it is not determined by one person in Rome. This is not determined by one person who said he died on the cross of whatever. This is determined according to your pattern in life. So understanding spirituality requires you as a person to take full and total charge of both your sorrow and your joy. Do you know that a sorrow or sadness that you have taken charge of don't last long? Can I say it again? The sorrow and sadness that you have taken charge of don't last long. We were talking, and somebody said, is it like you never truly loved your ex-wife? I'm bringing that in. Is it like you never truly loved your ex-wife? I said, why are you asking? He said, you moved on as if she was never there. I said, should I kill myself? I made a mistake. The first thing I did was to tell myself, this is a mistake, and I will clean it up. You see, sadness lingers on when you begin to blame other people for your misfortune. Sorrow stays for a while when you begin to give people kudos for the mistake you made. You see, the day you know you are a mad person, that day you have received healing. So that day I said, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have married this woman. Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? See, the moment I came into that point, I realized that I need to make an adjustment. And I began to re-strategize, retracing, and doing okay. I was busy doing reparation or repairment. I was busy doing the alignment and augmentation to my life, that I don't have time to wallow in sorrow. And for every time you spend or invest in becoming better, the universe gives you more. Somebody left you 5 years ago. You did not even marry the person. And to today, you are yet to recover. So you say all men are scum, all women are this. Not all men are scum. Now you they go carry scum men. Not all women are. Now you they go find person where you know get brain. We are not all the same. You are the one that have refused to leave that portion of your mistake and move into correction. When you mess it in life, do what they call rehabilitation. Rehabilitate your mindset, rehabilitate your next move, and you'll get it right. See, a single day in peace will make you forget totally your sadness. So you should work towards that peace. Your life can be better without that woman in your life. Your life can be better without that man in your life. The exit of a person, the exit of a job, the exit of a car, the exit of a house, the exit of whatever should not be the end of your life. It means that you are using what is outside to determine what is inside. So I'm going to be rounding up with this story. One day, Oromila called a certain man who has been asking him that what is the true source of happiness? How can I be happy forever? Baba, I want to be happy forever. And Oromila said, I'm going to show you the secret. Said, if your son dies, how would you feel? The man said, I'll be broken, totally broken. If your brother's son dies, how would you feel? Said, I will be sad, very sad. I'm a storyteller. Watch my countenance, watch me. Said, if your neighbor's child dies, how would you feel? Said, oh, I'm going to feel very sorry for their loss. Oromila said, if you take your son to the beach and your boy created a castle from the sand of the beach, created a castle from the sand of the beach, and the beach came with water and flushed it away, how would your son feel? Said, it's going to feel very bad. He will throw tantrum, he will do so many nasty things. And Omila said, well, how would you feel? You have told me how your son will feel, but you, how would you feel? He said, how would I feel? Well, that's a sand. That's a sand. It came from the water and he went with the water. What's my business with that? That's a sand. As a matter of fact, if I pet him and he's not, I can even spank him. And Omila said, yes, that is how to be happy forever. And the man was wondering, what is the man saying? That is how to be happy forever. I said, yes. You said if your son dies, it will be painful for you. If your brother's sons die, it will be sad. If your neighbor's son die, you'll be sorry for your loss. If your son loses his sandcastle to the ocean, you feel nothing. He said, the farther you detach yourself from the external things and the material things, the happier you stay. Said the nearness and how much you hold on to a thing from the outside determines the effect they have in your inside. Said because you have put all your life in your son, when you lose your son, you'll be broken. Because your life is not in your brother's son, even though it is sad, you will still not be broken. Because you have no connection with your neighbor's son. If they die, you will feel sorry for their loss. Because you have nothing in common with a sandcastle and all, you will feel nothing at all when your son loses his own sandcastle. Said everyone have what is important to them, but until they detach from themselves, from the material things that is outward of them, they will not be able to gain the full true meaning of happiness from inside. Understanding spirituality. So today I'm going to ask you, I know you are a mother. Your children are no more. Your world comes to an end. You are not spiritual. If your marriage is no more, would your world stop moving? If your relationship breaks today, would that be the end of you? So those who are religious practically get tweaked, controlled by the mundane things of life. So they commit suicide. They do a lot. For things that you would think, and what is problem? It is not because people who move on don't have emotion. It is because they have moved on. Moving on did not start the day they lose what they have lost. Moving on start because they never move in. Always create a space between you and the physical thing that can change. The day the stain of the spirit become manifested, it start to decay. Start to decay. So if you lose what is most important to you, how would your inside feel? Some of us are used to going to square one, square zero, no square at all, and building ourselves practically back up. Understanding spirituality. Start from knowing yourself and start from withdrawing the key to your happiness, not from other human beings, but from every external things. So you don't have to allow anyone, no matter how important or close they are to you, to manipulate you. It doesn't matter if they are your mother. If you are doing your duty as a child, it doesn't matter. Give no one the opportunity to manipulate your emotion. They don't deserve it. Your mother don't deserve to manipulate you. Your father don't. Your children don't. Your family don't. You are not the Lord and Savior of their life. Everybody for themselves. Let them also for what they want. Whatever you can give, nobody should have the entitlement mentality. Only satisfy your conscience that you are not stingy or greedy, that you are helping as much as you can. If you have truly done your best, don't lose a sleep because somebody said this and that against you. Most of you are there in America, USA, and all. That's too far. Most of you are here in Lagos. You are sleeping under the shed. You are practically squatting. You are the chief squatter of your compound. Everything you get, everything you own, you use it to satisfy the people back home so they will know that you are some, so they don't think of you badly, so they don't get angry, so they don't feel bad. Some of you are there. Your parents are practically taking advantage of you. So it is them first. You must fill their belly first, just like your pastors, just like your imam will do. They bring the religion mentality into the family. So it is first them, but and you. So your pastor wants you to feed him first before yourself. They are taking advantage of you. So I'm of the opinion, very few people with the opinion said this is going to be offensive. It is good to cater for your parents, but a parent that does not, or a parent that has not worked for their pension, retirement, is an irresponsible parent. Parents who did not also work for their pension, very irresponsible. You say economy. No, give back to the number of children that your economy will allow you to be able to save towards your own old age. What if the children die before you grow old? Won't you feed yourself? Why is it the responsibility of your children to come and feed you at old age? Why did you work? Why are you messing the life of your children? So you create that continuous lineage of poverty, that looping of poverty, that communal poverty. So you forget about it. You didn't do the children a favor by giving birth to them. You did yourself a favor. They didn't ask you to born to give birth to them. You didn't ask your parent to give birth. They want to have children. That's why they call you up. Some of them, for all I care, they gave birth to you because they needed another property they can put their name on. They didn't give birth to you because they love you. They gave birth to you for their own selfish reason, for their own ego, so that they will say the father of this, the mother of this. It is for their own benefit. So they should take responsibility. It's like buying a car and expecting the car to be bringing money for you. You have to fuel it. You have to cater for it. Doesn't matter if you have eaten or not. You brought the car into your life. You must cater for it. And if a car decided to break down, it doesn't care if you take Marua or you take Keke, if you take bicycle or whatever, or you walk. That's your business. That's your retirement. Parents should not only cater for their children, they should also plan ahead for their retirement. So if your parents are not, they might love you genuinely, but that doesn't make them financially responsible. Somebody said some parents, especially mothers, sacrifice their dreams to care for children. Why should you sacrifice your dream to care for children? Did you plan for the children? When you plan, you don't start talking about sacrifice. Did you sacrifice your dream to buy a car? Did the car ask you to bring it into your life? It is because you want it. So you will buy the one that you want. Somebody say, I'm going to buy you a car. How much is it? It's 5 million. It can speed. I say, I'm not looking for a car that can speed. Reduce the money. I want the one I can cater for, and I don't want the one that will go and put me in trouble. See, let me tell you something. See, let's stop the emotionalism. The beginning of spirituality is when you leave emotion apart. Don't be sentimental. Tell yourself the truth. Don't let me be the one who tell you the truth. Telling me that you sacrifice your dream to cater for your children is nonsense. You brought them into your life. If you can't cater for them, what sacrifice there? Did they ask you? Did they beg? Do you know what sacrifice means? Sacrifice means that I can't afford it. I forced myself on you, or I'm telling you to take responsibility for what you should not. But did I ask you to give back to me? I'm asking you. Did I ask you? You brought me into your life. You should cater for it. Why don't you think if the economy of the country you stay in can only cater for one child, so that you can save for your own pension, please cater for one child. Women, please give back to children that if your husband is not in your life, you can singularly raise them. Did you hear me? Give back to children that will not make a man begin to manipulate you or begin to mess your life up because you are scared that you can't cater for them alone. So you have to take all this nonsense, all this rubbish and all that. Give back to only the set of children that you know, that so that you don't say, oh man, scum. Why are you opening your leg for scums? Give back to only the ones that you know, if the man is not around, if the woman is not around, you can be the mother and the father of these children. And nothing says you must give back. Nothing says you must give back. Is it compulsory to give back? It's not compulsory to give back. You must live beyond this archaic mentality. There are a lot of children you can raise. Pick one and raise them. Give them your life. If your definition of love is unconditional, then it shouldn't matter who you give it to. So you don't come with that. You are sacrificing. Sacrificing for what? Did they ask you to call to? Did they ask you? Did they ask you now? So you do what you can afford. And if life take over, please don't blame anybody for your misfortune, because your quick recovery, the road starts from taking responsibility. And if there are blames, take it. The moment you can put the blame on yourself, you will bail yourself out quickly. So spirituality starts from there. Sometimes when people come for divination, when we check Ifa, we realize that you are only playing a blame game. And Oromila does not understand pity party. Ifa doesn't entertain pity party. So that's why it seems as if sometimes most true Babalawo are quite very succinct. They no need for. Just tell you how it is. If whatever is wrong with you does not require any sacrifice or whatever, if it just requires you to tell yourself the truth, tell you the truth and you move on. That's why a Babalawo should also train up to be a good counselor or a psychologist or a therapist. It must be added to the job because people need it sometimes. People need it sometimes. Not everything you will be saying, why do a point for boy in your point for boy, but what you problem ẹni yóò ṣe spiritual problem. Orí ẹ̀ ni ò pé, jẹ́ kó rí ẹ̀ pé set orí ẹ̀. Ẹ ti ń ṣolùmú náà tún olùkọ̀ràn ló sì. Ọmọ ayé ẹni ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ti kọ̀ràn, inú ẹ̀ ló kọ̀ràn. Ọ̀kọ̀ràn sólódì. One of the things I've discovered in my years of being a Babalawo is that Africans are programmed to think everything is spiritual. They are programmed to think everything is spiritual. So when they are going on the street and they stumble on a bumper, there's a bumper there, you didn't see it and you stumble, you will say it's people from your village. Látayébáyé lọkọ tí ń ṣáájú ìyàwó kú, ìyàwó tí ń ṣáájú ọkọ kú, àwọn ọmọ tí ń tojú òbí ẹ̀ rọrùn. Things can happen. And then you check those who are starting the pity party, they always want company of miserable people. The moment you don't entertain their invitation, they come at you. So I always tell people, anything you hear about me, believe it, don't ask me. Settle it with whoever is giving you the information. I'm too busy to be explaining myself to you. I will not drag myself down. The moment I drag me down, I'm looking for your acceptance. Oh, they're bọ́ oh, rájọ́ sí mi lọ́rùn, ìrẹ́kọ́ ni mò ń kú mọ́lẹ̀, mi máa tìbú ẹ̀ lára, ó ní kí n máa ṣàlàyé. Ṣé mo sọ fẹ́ pé nínú mi ni àbíjẹ̀jẹ̀ mo ní ó ṣe mí? Mi ò lè ṣàlàyé ara mi o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, èmi ò lè ṣàlàyé, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. So they will now begin to say you are proud. No, you have an healthy self-esteem. Spirituality hand over self-esteem into your hands. People who cannot stand you should get out of your life. If they can't stand you, they can get out of your life. I'm sorry, I can't explain myself to you. If you think it's pride, you get out of my life. Go and watch NTN News or whatever. Let them bore you to death. If what you're looking for is news, I'm not a broadcaster. I don't care what you say. My life is determined from inside out. If I have not printed it, you can't publish it. Whatever you publish is fake news. Get away. If what you are hearing about me or what you are thinking about me is not what I'm thinking about myself, it doesn't concern me. That's your problem. Give yourself a dick. That's your problem. So they will say he's proud, he's there. They will say you are this thing, you are boastful. You are when you are not boastful, when you are not boastful, is it like they are putting money in your account when you are not boastful? That's how you now train your children up. They cannot come home and say, Mama, I'm the best in my class. You say, no, you don't tell yourself that you're best. Let other people tell you you are the best. What kind of a life is that? I know the truth. I say it to myself. You tell me to expect my validation from other people. Why should I wait for you to tell me who I am? It's like telling you to tell me my name. If your child says I'm the best, simply tell them, baby, you are the best. Even if they don't think they are, tell them you are the best in everything. It's not pride. Whoever cannot withstand your self-esteem should go and jump into the river. This is not a matter of I can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You don't need strength. You are the strength. Energy God himself. That's who you are. You are the strength. You don't need any external strength. The moment you begin to say you can do anything through Christ that strength, you are waiting on somebody to approve your strength for you. Don't wait on people to give you approval. Why should you wait on anybody who is dead to give you approval? Strengthen yourself, my brother. Be your own God. Be your own strength. And whatever the universe cannot give to you, nobody else can. They say what God cannot do does not exist. God cannot impregnate my wife. And if you believe that one God impregnated one Mary, you can believe that I'm the president of Nigeria. In fact, I'm the president of Africa because you are a fool. They say what God cannot do does not exist. God cannot. Oh, I'm telling you, God cannot give me $1 billion today. God cannot. They say what God cannot do does not exist. God cannot make me speak Mandarin now. I don't know it. I don't just know it. God cannot make me puke or vomit pounded yam. I've not eaten pounded yam. God can, there's a lot of God cannot do anything. If I don't do it, if you don't do it, God is useless. He can't do anything because God is the creation of someone's imagination. If a road is supposed to be tied and the government refused to tie, God cannot tie it. Do you know if I don't go to the embassy, God cannot give me visa? If I go to the embassy with wrong documentation, if I even go there with fake one, as long as it looks genuine, I can get it. I'm still the one who brought. If my original document looks fake, God cannot turn it to be. Don't be one of those fools. Don't train your children up to be like that. There are a lot of you online there. It is impossible for God to give you husband. It is impossible for God to give you wives. Wàá check lọ sígbà, wàá check lọ sáwo, wàá check lọ sọ̀tún àtòsì. Èyí tó bá gbórí wọlé tó like wàá dẹ̀ dúró pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Òun retí ká máa gbé. Some of you women are there. The man you are liking right before your eye, and you know he's single, you like it. You do not go and tell him that I like you. Yeah, I like you. You never can tell. He may appreciate it. You are waiting. A man should be the one that comes. It is wrong for a woman that you like something, go for it. Sister, you want him, go for him. You want, go. Don't wait for anybody's approval. It's like waiting for a bandage on the mirror to heal your face. While you are waiting, another lady now come. You say, oh, men has come. Bí mo ti forí ṣe tó tí mo fọrùn ṣe, ṣé orí àtọrùn náà máa fi ń ṣèfẹ́? Ṣé orí àtọrùn náà fi ń ṣèfẹ́? Nígbà yẹn pé orí ẹ̀ ò pé. Nígbà yẹn pé orí ẹ̀ ò pé mọ́. Orí àtọrùn náà fi ń ṣó ìfẹ́. Say God hates divorce. God hates divorce. And the man is abusing you. He's beating you. He's lambasting you. He's blackmailing you. He say what God cannot do does not exist. God will not pull you out of that marriage if you don't go out of it. Because in the first instance, it's not God that join you people together. It is you people that join yourself together. Say what God has joined together, no man should put asunder. Which God join you together? Tí wàá ipọn ti train ìwà pé kórìí wa máa pè. Somebody said the guy I told I love turned me down. Why they mellow me? Said the guy I told I'm in love with him, I'm in love with, turned me down. You will find another guy. Hey, my sister, come and think like a man. No, think like a man, act like a woman. You need to get in the head of men. They say men are promiscuous. Men cannot say. How will a man who is ugly? A man very ugly. He knows he's ugly. He knows. He has a nose big like mine. Eyes like Opolo eye. Teeth that is scattered like a weather slide. And then you check his phone. Juliet is calling him. Janet is calling him. Judith is calling him. Dennis is calling him. Ramota wà ń bẹ̀. Ọpẹ́mi pọ̀ ń pè é. Yẹ́misí ń pè é. Yétúndé sọ pé gbà mí. Everybody is calling. You not be wondering what's wrong now. Is it this guy or something else? If he has stopped on one, you think all of them will call it? My sister, it is good to be responsible. Or see, if you tell somebody you love them and they don't agree, look for somebody else. We have over 7 billion. Do you know we are over 7 billion people in the world? Why are you limiting yourself to one person? Over 70 billion human beings. You want to feel bad because somebody walk out of a lie or somebody turn you down. Better continue. Until you find what you are looking for, you must not stop. You will find your own one day. Come on. Come on. Somebody say, àmì olórí obìnrin, àwọn obìnrin òun gbà fún mi. Kọ́kọ́ tiẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Ìbàdàn náà. Dúró sí challenge bẹ̀rẹ̀ toasting yẹn. Ó ṣó dájú fún mi 20 tó bá ṣe 20 lọ́jọ́ kan wà á tẹ̀ méjì àdúró. Kó wá gbọ̀nà Ìwó road lọ. Èèyàn tó wá tó kó wá bọ́ sí Èkó. So the truth of the matter is, there are always better people out there. Then you stay with the one you have, or you look for the one you are looking for. But always be playing. But that's not the subject of the matter today. What we are trying to talk about is about allowing other people to determine how happy you are. Don't ever give them that chance. Don't ever. If I like you as a woman and I come into your inbox and you say no, why you mean yes? It will be no. Because if I say I like you and you say you don't like me, I know you must have thought about it. Because before I open my mouth to tell you I like you, I have thought about it. I don't expect that you are senseless to just say no like that. You think they are selling me for free? You think me I was created for free? Do you know what it takes to come and tell you what I feel? You are now using me to be testing you. If you love me, you will fight for me. Many men have fought for some people, and at the end of the day, they die in the fight. The woman marry another person. When we have 7 billion women, 7 billion men, possibility is endless. That's why I said, come. The men that go forcefully to have intercourse with women, how did they do it? Because a woman is saying no and she's crying and you are still having an erection. How do you do it? Even if we are dating and I say, let us do, and you say you are not doing, your no is your no. I don't know who raised them up. But I think our mothers should raise the men up to know that, to understand that no is no. Is either a no you mean or a no you don't mean. No means no. Just go. No is no. Move on. And if she like you and she is pretending, let her suffer the consequences of her lies. You cannot deal with a liar. You can't deal with someone whose yes means no and no means yes. You can't deal with such a person. Respect yourself enough to move on. Respect yourself enough to move on. So the world has gone beyond the one shakara, mon lera, mon sheba, kole beme, kole makwe mi o cheap, so that you will know that I'm not cheap, so that you will know that I'm expensive. Go and sell yourself in boutique now. Put yourself in showcase so that we'll know you are expensive. Madam Artifact. Madam Artifact, go to museum and display yourself so that you will increase in value. So never allow anybody is turning you down to bring you down or to make you stay down. Pick yourself up and move on. That's spirituality. Because you know your worth first. You know your worth. The moment you know your worth, if anybody knows the worth of a gold, they don't turn it down. If you have valued yourself and you know you are worth a gold or even more than a gold, if someone turn you down, it shouldn't be. Have you seen people go to the showroom and say you want to buy a gold? And they give you a gold and you say, I don't like this one. Have you seen the gold shouting, please buy me, please buy me. I need you to buy me. No. Somebody else will come and buy it in a very huge more value. All right. So that will be the end of today's topic on understanding spirituality. Second one. We have a lot to talk about. It's going to run in 2 weeks. Understanding spirituality. Do not allow somebody own the key to your happiness or your sadness. The moment someone can determine how happy you are or how sad you have lost out on spirituality. What you are doing is religion. What you are doing is religion. Okay, this person is saying, I don't, you are done giving up on men. Don't give up on men. Oh, on your ọkùnrin kò láyé ẹ o. Wọn ò ní yọ̀rọ̀ ọkùnrin kò láyé ẹ o. Ọkùnrin dáa o, obìnrin náà dẹ̀ dáa o. You see? Somebody is already shooting the shot on you. But be careful, all this heartbreaker. I'm not talking about this person. I'm saying be careful so that he doesn't push you out of men's circle more. You can't trust people. So don't give up on men. Men are important. Adara fún wa o. Don't give up on men. And men too, please be responsible. Enough of this heartbreak. Just be breaking people's heart. Don't mess this woman up. Somebody saying, I've noticed a trend between sexual abuse, molestation, and the victim experiencing extreme weight gain. I wonder if there's a spiritual cause for this beside the psychological. Is it psychological? It doesn't have spiritual cause. When you talk about weight gain, no. No. When you are depressed, you begin to malfunction in terms of maybe your eating habits. Some people, if they eat too much, they go lean. Some people, if they don't eat too much, they go big and all that. It's just psychological issue. But the effect of having sex with someone you shouldn't remains spiritual. Israel, look, man, you're asking a very good question. Said, does fornication exist in African spirituality? Yes, it exists. It exists. It exists from the angle not called fornication, but unfaithfulness. Fornication does, but not as fornication. I think Christians use the word fornication. It is called unfaithfulness. When your yes is not your yes and your no is not your no. Now look at this. There is BC, there is Tayo, and there is Jinod. So Jinod went to BC because he likes BC. And while they were dating, Jinod told BC that I would like to also date Tayo. And BC said, no problem, go ahead. And Jinod is now dating BC and Tayo. That's not fornication. All of them are in the known. They understand each other. That's an agreement. But if Jinod is dating BC and making BC believe that it's only BC, while also making Tayo believe that it's only Tayo, then that is unfaithfulness. That is where the universe will now judge you because you have lied. You are unfaithful to them. You are unfaithful to them. However, this question will now lead me to what I'm about to say. What about sex before marriage in African spirituality? African spirituality has spoken a lot about sex, especially with the wrong people. So when you have sex with someone who is not aligning with your element, you suffer the consequences. We also believe that before you can say you are dating someone or you are in serious relationship or you want to marry someone, you must have checked your compatibility. The moment your parents know about each other and they bless your union, doesn't matter if you have gathered party together or something, you can Emma Jemula Ranyilo. Ẹ ṣàpọ̀n mọ́ ara yín dáadáa. Àti ṣan àtomi ara ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí máa jẹ́. Then you now realize that some culture, somebody is saying, some culture in Africa allows it, some don't. Yoruba culture doesn't allow sex before marriage. However, does that mean people are not having sex before marrying Yoruba? Because Yoruba culture is very keen about marrying a woman married as a virgin. Congratulations to those who are going to be starting the African spirituality class with us tomorrow, the 3rd of April, 2021, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 2 hours every Saturday evening. They will learn a lot about this particular one I mentioned. Compatibility, choice of marriage, and all that in African spirituality. They will learn a lot. Now, Yoruba culture does not allow illicit relationship. You must marry as a virgin. If you are married without your virginity intact, there are consequences, both for you and your parent. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ ti di ẹgẹrẹ wìtì olómi òjò gbogbo ẹ ló ń gbọ́n mi gbàlà kan tó fọwọ́ kàn ẹ́ omi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dà wórówó ó ti di apọnmita tí ìjogún òfo. Kí láwàá ṣe sí? Ta ni ó wàá fáwọn eléyìí? Bọ̀dájídé said, I will marry you. You too, you open for Bọ̀dájídé. They now dug a borehole within your laps. Bọ̀dájídé now went to marry another person with a desert. Who will be drinking from your water? Somebody had to marry you. So we move on. Before they knock on your tap, you're already rushing water. Nígbà tá àjẹ́ ní jẹ́ kó mi yalé kágbàrá ya ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Àbí ta ni ó wà máa gbọ́n mi Jàngbàlá Jògbú. Madam Odo Mọ́jáláké, ẹ ti di river of life sílẹ̀. It also reminds me of when I went to serve in Benue State. I was posted into a place called Vandekia. They are not quite tall people in that place, and I'm 6'4" or something. So I rented the house. So I noticed that meanwhile, while we're in the camp, they every time we are together in the morning, what they normally say, don't have sex with indigent. This is apologies to Benue State people. Don't have sex with indigent. Don't have sex. They gave us surplus of Go Circle condom. So I realized that when I move into this particular compound, the daughters of my landlord, they practically walk naked. The wife too will be telling me, Copper, how are you? Copper, how are you? They don't do like this in Lagos. So even a shower in Lagos, it's always proving level. One day the man now called me, Copper, come. National Youth Call Service. See, how you they manage them? Copper, how you they manage? I said, what am I managing? He said, for night, how you they manage? Say, code day here, where? I said, and so what? I will attend to this question soon. I said, if you want to do, you can do my wife. I said, sir, if you want to do, you can do my wife. If you think my wife is too old, you can do my children. That we didn't bring anything to this world, we are not taking anything out. I said, what are you saying? I said, I could have sex with his wife or his children if I just so desire. So the toilet and bathroom is outside. And I'm way taller than every structure there. Even in my own room, I'm always bending. So one day I was having my bath. The breeze was so much. The clothes I put is a typical village. So I realized there are some steps going back and forth. Later, the whole thing stopped. So when I opened my eyes after washing the clothes, I saw, I think, young children, girls. They should be the age of 12, around 12 to roughly 16. There were about 9 of them. And I didn't know the breeze had taken off the clothes I used to cover the bathroom. And they were making seductive gesticulation. Some of them, they already off their skirt. They are already naked. Eh? They say, Copper, come and do. If you know do us, we go do you. Ah. If you don't do me, I will do. So I told myself that day, this is my last night in this house. So I called my friend in Federal Government College that I will be staying with them. So I went to stay with them. I left all my belongings in that place. The reason why they say don't have sex with Copper, I'm not going to say because it's going to be a discrimination. However, you can see that even though they are Africans in Nigeria here, they offer their wives or their daughters to you as a gesture if you are their visitor. That's their own culture. There's nothing bad there. So I want to, which God will now sentence them to hell? That is their culture. It's not like they are, no, it is their culture. If you don't do it, you are a bad person. You are not a good host. How can you give a man water and food and you don't give him a place to also cut up badano? So when you say sex before marriage, it depends on culture. It depends on culture. A lot of parents today who are saying, "My child, you must marry her before this." If children begin to ask them to, "Mommy, are you did you marry as a virgin?" So we're going to move into this. Can you marry someone who was a rape victim? If the question is for me, I will say yes, I can. People marry ashawo. People marry prostitute. I've seen a grown-up man, responsible, working in oil company. When he was ready to marry, he went to the joint of the prostitute, pick one, did test for her, and she's okay and all that, and married her. He married her. It was after like 15 years of marriage that somebody who knew her started telling her husband's family about her past. And the man said, yes, I knew. I got married. Somebody was raped. The person need nurturing. So I'm not marrying you because you were raped. I marry you because I love you. And it doesn't matter what happened in your past. What if I was the one who was raped? Would I say I don't deserve to be loved? As for me, I can marry someone who has been raped before. I can marry someone with even 5 children. So the limitation of knowledge for most men say single mother, though there are very crazy single women out there, single mothers out there, they will make your life miserable. They take out whatever happened in their past marriage on you. You will pay for the sin of their baby father. But those ones who have brain, who have not been tampered with, who still believe everybody deserves a new chance, why not? You cater for the child. Sometimes some children don't even want to relate with their biological child father. They prefer you as their father than all those things. Who will marry those ones that are left? Who will marry the single women? Who will marry the single mothers? Is it not men that turn single mother to single mother? So it's easy for single fathers to marry. For single mothers, they should go and be marrying Baba Korope that is playing Ludo. No. She deserves to be married like a woman. She deserves to be treated like a lady. She is complete. The fact that she's got a child before or got children before does not make her value depleted or reduced. She is a woman. If you are bringing love in there, you bring love in there for her enough to also share with whatever is in her life. Somebody say, how important is trust when it comes to relationship, especially African spirituality relationship? Must you people add African spirituality to everything? Just go ahead, especially relationships. Trust is very important. So I'm going to answer in the simple way. Whoever you are suspicious of, don't move with them. Whoever you want to move with, don't be suspicious of them. Because when there's a distrust, there's nothing you guys are doing together. Trust is the foundation of relationship. If there's no trust, just move on. If there's no trust, just move on. Why? What are you guys doing together? What going? Any peace? You will not have peace of mind. You will not also give her peace of mind. Or you, why are you staying together? Somebody says, so if the guest has disease, or if the wife have disease, that's how they will be passing disease up and down. That's the reason why they say we should not sleep with the indigenes of that town. There is a certain disease we must not mention, else YouTube will sanction us for stigmatization and all that. It is prevalent there. That place, even if you have ordinary headache, they will first go and do the test of that disease for you because it is densely populated with that. In a home where the wife is not agreeing that her husband should practice African spirituality, what should be the consequence of solution? Wife is Catholic. You have to take it easy with them. You have to take it easy with them. Remember that once you were also blind as they. So you just work on your own life and let your life shine so bright that they will know that you are not demonic. That you are not demonic. Baba, the problem of most people is that they are trying to lodge spirituality on you as a religion. Spirituality is a personal business. Religious people will always do like religious people. They want you to control your mind, to control your life, control everything. You just mellow. Baba, how do you explain parents who cannot change or don't want to respect the decision of their 26-year-old daughter? Do you think it's wrong of them to be this way? Yeah, it's wrong. A 26-year-old, a 7-year-old child should be able to make decision. When your children begin to clock like 6, as a matter of fact, what am I even saying? A 0-year-old child, even though they can't talk back at you, let them be a stakeholder in the family. That's the error of most of our parents. They just want to lord their self over you. Baba, what is the cause of that water in a woman? Is it bad thing? What water is that? What water are you talking about? What water are you thinking about? What water are you talking about? All right, so I guess we come to the end of because somebody was saying so. Let's just laugh at it so that we don't turn everything to there are a lot of anyway, the videos are not made for kids, right? All right, so thank you very much. Must we use must we say everything? You know what we are talking about. All right, thank you very much for joining this particular broadcast. I have a meeting I had to go now. And you dára fún wa o, yóò yẹ wá kalẹ̀ o. This particular month, we have done our divination for the month, and for general divination, we saw Ogbeyonu under Ogunda. We have read out the instruction of what to do and what not to do. You have seen our post on Instagram, on Facebook, on Telegram, or on our YouTube community. Please do the needful. May the ancestors be with you. May their energy stay forever with you. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe and open more your mind. We have a lot to discuss together. You can follow our social media also for anything that you want to get updated upon. And don't forget to also join our YouTube channel, African Spirituality Hub on YouTube. African Spirituality Hub on YouTube. And for those who are saying they want to support and all that, there is a link flowing below. You can use that with your card. It doesn't matter if you live in or outside the country. You can always use your card to support the channel anytime, any day. Thank you very much, and may the universe face you with the good side of its angle. May the beaming of light and the ray of this illumination bring about great things towards your life. May every dryness and every drought in your life begin to be a well of good water, well of great water, well of water of success, well of water of promotion. And may your well never run dry. Àṣẹ. Ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó dìgbà o. Ó dìgbà kan náà.